Hi guys, this is lesson 4, of the big wave. Now, the big wave is, we're going to use, try to do the eye of the wave, and we'll, because the sun is shining, because the wave is so big, the sun is shining through it, so you can see it. So you can see through it. So I just have a small bristle brush, just a small, very hard brush, and I'm going to put some yellow on my palette, a little tiny bit of green, and some white. And I'm going to, should get another palette, shouldn't I? And I'm going to set a little bit on the green side there, it's fine. Be on the yellow side or the green side. Now we have a lot of paint on there. We don't want all that paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to wipe it off. It's better to have not enough than too much, okay? So really scrub it off in there. Just get rid of it, okay? Make sure, and let's see how much is left on there now. So now you take that, what's left on it, and scrub circles. If you guys did my videos on mist, it's basically the same thing. It's dry brushing. So there we have a nice, and we just scrub that right into the water. So that's a good start. There we go. It's a good start. So now we have that there. So that's fine. So that's the eye. So that's fine because we got a lot of work to do yet. So now what we're going to do is we have that there, and we're going to go back in and we're going to play with the water. So you can go ahead and get your fan brush again. So get a fan brush. You don't have to have a big fan brush. You can have a smaller fan brush. If you don't like fan brushes, you can use a flat chiseled edge brush, okay? So I'm just going to use my fan brush, and it's a bigger one than what I usually have because my canvas is fairly big here. So I'm just going to use the same colors we used before, some green and some blue. Green and blue, okay? And now we're going to, we don't want to lose that now, but we do want to start some water again. So just go back and forth as if you're doing your water again, but this time you're going to bring some water underneath the wave down. You're going to start pulling down the water. Touch and pull, touch and pull. Make a little curve on it. And so this is going to be a little bit harder. So we're going to turn your brush actually this way. So it'll be like this. And then come over to the canvas, come up under the wave, and start pulling down these lines. Get some blue paint, because we don't want it all green. So we'll go with some blue paint and pull them down like this. Just pull, pull, and sort of bring them over to the right. So you curve into the right. Start at the top and curve to the right. Top, curve to the right. Underneath the wave that you just did. Alright? So let's try that. Hopefully I can make this easy for you because these waves are a little bit hard. But if I could get some easy techniques for you, then maybe you'll be encouraged to try one. So let's just go down, 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 right up under the wave and down into the water. So when you come down to the flat part of the water, then you just go back and forth as if you're just doing the water. But can you see that the waves are starting to come down? Maybe not because it's a light shining on it and it's wet. But back here you should be able to see it. Or I'll look at this one here, and this is what we're trying to accomplish right here, okay? So let's get those strokes down, going to the right, and then we'll add some little white lines on top to make it look like there's some foam, okay? So that's your main thing right now is the blue and green. Start underneath the wave. Start underneath the wave, underneath, and pull down and curve, and there's your flat water down here, okay? And underneath the wave and pull, underneath the wave and pull. Good. So get you a little closer. All right. Yeah, where there's light on there. I'm afraid you might be able to see it, but let's do our best. So pull, pull, and around. This is just a little curvy lines. Touch under the wave and pull to the right. Pull down to the right, down to the right. Can you see it? Let me see if my shadow is in the way. Let's see. It looks a little watery there with the light shining on it. Maybe I can take that light off. Let's see if that helps. That's a bit better. Okay, so I want to show you how I'm doing that wave. So what I'm doing is I'm going to show you the stroke. Let's see, watch. So I'm just taking my brush and pretend then you take the brush, you go up under the wave. Oops, sorry. You go up under the wave and then you pull as you're making it like a smile, but this way. So it's like a C, like you're going to make the letter C, and then you pull straight over into the water. So you pull down your letter C's as if you make letter C's, or as long as you start under the wave and then you pull to the right if your wave is going that way, okay? If it's going the other way, it would just be the opposite. So just touch and pull, touch, curve, pull straight over. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, so let's continue on. So we'll go with the blue and the green. And if you want, I might add a bit of white to it so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So I'm going to go down, 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 down. So there we go. Maybe you can see that a little better. So I'm just going up under the wave and I'm pulling and making a curve, and then I'm coming on top of the water here. And you might have to go over that several times. Don't make one stroke. Go over it several times. Go back and forth with different color, with the blues and the greens, a bit of white. Now, as for that wave, we don't want to lose that nice light that we made there. So come underneath that to keep it there, okay? So come underneath that. We don't want to lose it. We will go back up after. So we'll go back into the top of this wave under here. So we'll skip over it. We'll skip over it for now, right? And then we'll go over here and go back into the water, to the flat part of the water. Okay, so we need more blue, green. There we go. So we're still curving. We're still going into the water here on the bottom of the bottom of the water. And what we're going to do to get it a little more natural up here is get this much done first. Back and forth. And I'm going to take some more green. Add that in there. See how I'm going back and forth with the different colors? Now I'm going to go up into that there with whatever is left over on my brush, because I don't want to lose that. But I still want to go up, you know, so that it looks like it's all part of the one wave. There we go. That's kind of a big wave. I tried to make it a bit big so you could see what I was doing, and it could be possibly a little too big, but it's a good practice. You can use this as a practice and then do the real thing when you get, you know, if you can get it the way you want it. And then, so I'm not going to put one in there because I'm going to make that thicker. So we're just going to drag some water lines down, add a little bit of white so those water lines show up. Alright, now just curve them down and around. There we go. Down and around, go on top of the beach. Good. Good, good, good. So that kind of makes it look like, you know, the water is coming off. Let's put in some lines, white, add a bit of white now to your blues and greens. Bring them down. Now you look at some videos and they do very beautiful detailing on waves. And you know, even if you got this part, but you need to work on, you know, underneath the wave and get the waves, because there's a lot of these little lines that go in there, which I may be able to get in for you a little later. So now we're going to bring the water up here a little bit. We don't want that to be so huge that it, you know, it looks, we want to make it look nice and watery. So we'll just keep putting water in down here. And then, like I say, it's a kind of a little hard to teach, and it's a little hard to actually, these waves are a little hard to get. But you know, there are some videos out there that show you how to do some really nice waves. So if this one is just a basic way to get us started, okay, and then you can move on to other videos to help you get it even better again. All right. So I'm trying to get some water in here so that we can make it look like it's a nice big wave, but yet not so big that it's, you know, overpowering everything. So we'll just take some water, bring it back from that white line that you made, okay? And then as you're getting back, just, you can still bring up lines, just pull back and forth and up, back and forth and up, back and forth and up, okay? And so I'm using some white and some blue, a little bit of green. So back and forth, watch your white, oops, watch your white, I messed it up. Okay, so up, so back and forth, little X strokes if you want to. And this is the part that's trying to getting the water and the wave to look all in one. I'm going to put a bit more white back here. So as you can see, there's no mistakes, we just play with it. Good. So I don't know, I should let you go and do this. We'll just do a little bit more, and I'll let you practice. And if you, I know it's a little hard, and maybe, you know, if I can find easier techniques, I would. But this is kind of a little bit complicated, and and all I can tell you is that you practice, go to other videos to see if you can find anything else that will help. I've often had to look at several videos to help me. Because I found one video, it got me started, but I got confused in some instances. And so let's get this up here, because we don't want that to look too. So one more thing, so we'll just leave that for now. Add a few waves here, just a few waves, brighten it up. Don't forget to bring it back up into your wave. And when we come back, I will do some more of this here for you. See if I can brighten it up, put some waves in and things. So we'll do some stuff with it. But one more thing I'd like to do before we go is we need to thicken this up a little bit here. So let's take some white paint and some blue, like we did before. Some white and blue, mostly white, and we'll tap, tap, tap again on top of what you already did. Tap, 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 tap. But here we're going to thicken it up a little bit. It seems to be a little too thin for this big wave. It's a little too big. So we'll tap, 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 tap all around here again. So I'm just trying to show you too that you can make adjustments all the time. Make as many adjustments as you want until you're happy with it, okay? And same with here, we'll thicken this up really nice. And that's just tap, tap, tap. And when I come back, then we'll fix all this up. But let's get the wave the way we want it. It's a nice big thick wave. So lots of white, and tap on top of what you just did, like we did before. Tap, 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 tap. And then just bring it down into whatever's left over on your brush. Bring it back down into the blue. When I come back, we'll highlight this wave again, okay? And we'll do some work right here. We don't need a big lot of work, but you go and work on that. I know it might be a little difficult, but ask me any questions you want. Check out other videos on waves, and hopefully that will help. So I'll see you in the next lesson for the big wave.